Another thing you might find out there is preferred stock. Well, it's not find out there. They have them out there. Pretty much all companies have preferred stock. And these are preferred stocks, and we're talking about it from a public company standpoint. There's different types of preferred stocks, but since we're talking about investing in stocks, and we're talking about investing in public companies on exchanges, like New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ or whatever, we're going to talk about preferred stock from that perspective. And really, a preferred stock is about the dividend, really. Their preferred stock is giving you kind of a dividend or a payout. And it's a fixed type of amount. It's not a variable amount. With dividends in a public company or normal dividends, they could change that dividend up or down. They could cut the dividend or do different things with the dividend. So there's a little more risk on there, and you would expect more return as far as growing dividends and growing stock price too. The idea is the stock price would grow faster, and certainly faster than a preferred stock. So you're looking at it from more of that fixed income aspect of that dividend and more of a fixed type of dividend. In terms of like if a company was to go bankrupt and liquidate and sell off everything to pay off its creditors or debtors or the people it owes money to, preferred stockholders are ahead of common stockholders, or what we think of as regular publicly traded stock is common stock. They would get paid ahead of the common stockholders. So if you own a preferred stock or preferred shares in the company and I bought it on an exchange or through my broker and I own common stock, well, if the company goes out of business, whatever little dollars is left, you get paid first before I get paid. Understanding usually gets paid first is one, the lawyers always get paid first. Congrats to lawyers and attorneys. So they get paid first, and the government. The government, if you own anything in the government, they're typically, depends on the country, I suppose, but typically the government's going to get their share first. So between the lawyers and the government, in a company that's going out of business, usually not a lot left. And then people who own debt or bonds or things, they're going to get paid next, and then preferred, and then common stock. So even with preferred stock, company going out of business, you're probably not going to get much out of it. And don't invest in a company with the idea it's going to go out of business anyways, right? Preferred stock is a non-voting stock, so common stockholders, we get to vote on shares. But once again, if you have one share and other people have hundreds of thousands of shares out there, well, your vote's not going to matter much for regular folks like you and me. But preferred stock is a non-voting stock. It's callable, like a callable bond. If you look into bonds and things, it's a company can buy back at any time. So if interest rates are rising, they could buy your cheap preferred stock back and then reissue it at a higher rate to people. So so in rising interest rates, kind of like bonds, where bond prices go down when rates rise, same with preferred stock, they could be callable, or the company could basically buy them back. And that's really how you want to leave the thing with preferred stock. Really think of it as more of a bond, more of a debt type thing. Think of it as a bond, and it acts like a bond, and it's more susceptible to things like interest rate risk, right? Interest rates rise, especially quickly, bond prices fall. Same thing with preferred stock. Preferred stock will fall and fall quicker than maybe possibly a common stock, at least historically or typically that is what it is. So if you like something that's a little bit more different, then look at maybe preferred stock. It might not be as liquid as maybe a common stock as well too. So when we're talking about stocks in the course here, we're always talking about common stocks, publicly traded stocks. You can buy and sell them very easily. And the idea is you want to get a great growth on your capital appreciation and maybe pay a dividend for dividend paying stocks. Where preferred stocks, like, yeah, it's stock, it's a little different, basically a dividend or interest, and it acts really more like a bond. So if I'm looking at preferred stock, I'm thinking it's more similar to my bond portion of my portfolio than maybe my stock portion of my portfolio, even though it has stock in the name.